Okay, this is John is the Man, and I gotta make another video response to Shaun Ya Dead Homie. And I know it's been a while since I made a video response, but I try to stay on top of this whole YouTube thing. But I got like a real hectic work schedule, and I mean there were some good weekends thrown in there too. So I didn't really have like a whole lot of free time to to sponsor videos, but I got some free time today, so I guess now it's time to do it. So yeah. Well, his latest video I actually found kind of hard to refute, just because it was so funny. There's a lot of funny parts in there. It's just, I think he was trying to say did a little Kermit impersonation of atheists. He did some kind of funny impersonation of me, and there's a lot of funny stuff in there. So I actually kind of found it hard to refute, kind of hard to find faults with something so funny. But I gotta do what I do, so I did it. And well, the first thing says that I backtracked when I said, talk about him getting pissed off about me calling atheism religion, and I said I backtracked. But when you backtrack, you actually you say something wrong, and then someone tells you that you said something wrong, and then you try to act like you didn't say it. That's backtracking. That's not what I did. I was just kind of going freestyle, and I said something, then I had to say what I actually meant, So, yeah. So that's not really backtracking. I'm sorry I don't have the fancy editing equipment that you have. I just work with what I got. Now, the second thing he said was he compared my argument about the vase to going in and saying that Batman broke the vase. Like what I said was equal to saying that, and saying that it was harder to disprove something than was to prove it, or whatever that was. And yeah. Now I can see I guess where he's going with this, and then he said that that's why you can't really compare it to religion, and I actually kind of agree. If you put it that way, then you can't really compare it to religion, because he was trying to make making the cause of the effect real open. Like, I could have broke it, my sister could have broke it, Spider-Man could have swung in there and broke it. But if you're talking about, because in that metaphor, the cause was existence. So if you're talking about something like existence, something like existence can only really have, just like one cause, only one, something that we call the uncaused cause. Yeah, so, there you go with that. And the other thing, he didn't really understand how how he was proving my point about calling atheists haters, but I don't really know how much more plain I could make that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what a hater is, just like the guys, you watch like hip-hop videos with the guys, and they're in the club, and they're all flashy, and they got the guys hating on them like, yeah, man, that guy ain't nothing. And that kind of reminds me of atheists. We're just the flashy believers, like, yeah, come to Jesus, and we're like, and y'all guys are like, yeah, y'all ain't nothing. Like, you're just hating. That's what a hater is. And then but the funniest thing was, he tried to say that I was projecting when I said that atheists were lumping Christians in and attacking them, and he's saying I was lumping atheists in and calling them haters. But I think that's just, I don't know, maybe that's just he doesn't really know, or maybe a lack of knowledge on his part, because, I mean, if you watch, like, a lot of the main atheists here on YouTube and all of their drone followers, I mean, if you watch the Thunderfoots of the world, and the TAAs of the world, and that fat guy, the free thinker, and the other fat guy, Aaron Ra, well, TA is a fat guy too, but yeah, if you watch all of them, that's what they do. They just hate. They just pick out random atheists and hate on them. That's their game. That's how they got famous. That's how they get their money. Like, I don't, so that's what I'm saying. Like, the majority of the atheists I see here just hating. I mean, that's why I felt comfortable saying that. I mean, it's just the truth. I didn't make it that way. I didn't switch it up. It just is. I'm just reporting the way it is. And yeah, the fourth thing, and I'd say the most damaging thing he did, was to say that there was a verse proving that the Bible thought that the earth was flat, and I don't know, that was kind of a mistake, because you don't bring the Bible up to me. Like, I by default I get like 10 Bible verses a week, without even cracking the Bible myself. And I've been getting these 10 Bible verses a week for I don't even know how many years. So, like, bringing the Bible to me, that's like a losing battle, man. It really is. But here he goes. He brings up this verse from Matthew, and he's all like, well, and he took him up upon a mountain, saw all the lands of the earth, and but you got to realize, well, if any Christians watching this is the atheist game. This is what they do. They take a verse and they take it out of context, and boom, the whole Bible's bad. That's their game. But see, they can't. Atheists, they can't get away with that with me. You gotta see, because me, I know how to put the Bible in context. Like, I know what a metaphor is, and I know when it is a metaphor, when it's not a metaphor, and how people like to take verses out of context, how to put them back in context. Basically, you just gotta read the whole passage. Just read the whole chapter. Don't just single out one verse and then try to twist that up into whatever you think it's saying. And when you put this verse in context, you gotta realize that this is not just some random dude Satan's putting up on a mountain and he's looking at everything. No, it's talking about Satan tempting Jesus. So we're talking about Satan and Jesus on top of a mountain looking at everything of the earth. Now, you gotta realize these people aren't really, they're not people. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus is half person, but they don't really have to look at everything to see everything. They're not really bound by things like as far as the eye can see. They're not really bound by stuff like that. And then he had the nerve to say that he didn't know the verse that said that the earth was round. So, okay, time to take you to Bible school. So, we will turn to Isaiah 40:22, and here it is, written thousands of years ago, while the guys in Britain 100 years ago are reading this like, what does this mean? The earth is flat, And here it is, plain as day, Isaiah 40:22. It is he who sits above the circle of the earth. Right there. That's the thing. Like, I didn't really know what you were trying to get at here, but if you want to come out of this debate any kind of victorious, don't use the Bible to challenge me. Don't, because this is my turf, man. Don't stay away from this if you wanna have a chance against me, man. Come on. I'm trying to help you out here. Stay away from the Bible, Sean. Stay away from the Bible. Oh man, but yeah. What's the last thing he said? The last thing he says basically talks about evolution, and talking about I should watch his video before I talk about evolution, and he actually made me watch his video, which I'm kind of mad about. But yeah. He basically talks about the same thing that I talked about in my last video. Things evolve, adapt to their environment. And I'm like, yeah, things do evolve. And then, but he said something that threw me off. He said that he didn't believe that monkeys turn into people. And that's kind of weird, because every atheist I talk to believes that monkeys turn into people. So it was like, it kind of threw me off. I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, that's not, I've never heard an atheist say that monkeys did turn into people before. But hey, he thinks so. Hey, it's all good. But yeah, so I don't know what the disagreement is there. But yeah, I mean, basically, that's my thing. I just argued it down point by point, and there's another atheist tool that you guys use. You try to pick and choose all, like, if somebody refutes an atheist point by point, they try to pick and choose the refuted points and just try to respond to that. And because I know Thunderfoot's real famous for doing that, but I'm not really gonna allow any atheist to do that. You're basically, so not only gonna have to respond to all those points, you're still gonna have to respond to that point where I said that we basically proved by genetics that, you know, man came from one man and one woman, and it's just scientific facts. So you're still gonna have to come up with an answer to that. You can't just let that slide. So yeah, you can laugh your atheist keister off all you want. You still got owned. And I'm John is the man, and that's all I gotta say.